Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I applaud your effort on identifying cyber security as a critical area for this committee to look at. And if I would capsule the testimony, we do have a problem. The question is, are we addressing it in the best manner? One of the things we did was create CISA as part of the fix. I guess the question is, do you see a continued role for CISA? And is there some other roles that CISA might play, since that's kind of where we are today? And I'll start with you, Mr. Myers, and we'll kind of go down.
Thank you, Ranking Member. We would happily work with any federal agency that is charged with securing the cybersecurity of the United States. As far as which agency is appropriate, I defer to the federal government on that one.
I do believe that we need a CISA, and the specific one that you all have authorized. You've worked the last 4 years to modify CISA's actual authorities year after year. I do think I'd like CISA to focus on their role as the risk manager for the country. In other words, bringing together risks from all the different sectors and understanding which are the #1 risk areas that we need to address. I've pointed out rail, ports, and aviation. That cuts across multiple federal agencies. So you do need one quarterback of the team to bring together all the different risks that they've assessed and provide that guidance. The current, Brandon, in his last job, CISA made a recommendation to the White House for that. And the National Security Memorandum 22 that came out gave him kind of a lukewarm responsibility. I'd give him the full-on responsibility as a sector risk management leader for the federal government and making sure we work well in a public-private collaboration. So yes, we do need a CISA. We probably need a CISA that's envisioned differently than the last 2 presidential administrations have aligned it.
Sir, CISA is essential, both because it has unique sets of authorities and resources to tackle this problem. Only it has the authorities necessary to move the federal government in terms of protection of the .gov, in terms of providing both capabilities to agencies and helping departments and agencies across the government move to a more common baseline. I think we have seen with congressional support in terms of authorities and resources that since the SolarWinds attack in 2020, there has been a remarkable change in the degree of protection and security we have of our federal networks. I think as you look to the private sector, again, CISA's unique authorities in terms of engaging with industry to be able to have protected conversations, serve as a focal point, working with other sector risk management agencies. Those are unique authorities, capabilities, and expertise resident in CISA. And so that needs to continue. Now, how do we grow it? How do we refine it to make sure that we can tackle the scale and pace of the threat we face today is a challenge that we're all going to need to grapple with. But that all of it continues to point to the urgent need to continue those capabilities.
And I'm going to echo my colleagues here. CISA is absolutely essential to the defense of our critical infrastructure. This committee has done some powerful things for CISA, and I think it needs to continue. One is what I mentioned, CISA 2015, the superpower for information sharing, that liability protection that encourages the private sector to engage. Could be improved, but that is a key superpower. Another is that CISA is formed as a national coordinator for federal civilian executive branch agency defense of critical infrastructure. I think that needs to continue and in fact should be improved. There is language in the Homeland Security Act that allows CISA to provide technical assistance upon request to anybody that needs it, prioritized by critical infrastructure. That is key, but also strengthening CISA's ability to do that across borders, recognizing that our digital infrastructure is global in nature. CISA needs maybe some clarity on how to do that, provide that technical assistance when requested internationally as well.
Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, I think it's clear that whatever CISAs end up being, that it appears that at least 3 of the 4, and maybe the 4th witness say, if it's CISA, I'll work with CISA, that we need to make sure that that mission that CISA presently undertakes is maintained, and with some of the enhancements offered, the coordination and other things, I think is very important. So with that, I yield back.
I thank